Responses for the forms are based on observer-patient activity. This is done through direct observation of the client. Clinicians use their professional judgment to make appropriate responses for each domain. The 3 domains are basic mobility, daily activity, and applied cognitive. Now let's take a look at our case study. Andrea is a 39-year-old female who underwent a coronary artery bypass graft surgery. This is an example of an initial evaluation that an OT would complete with her.
How are you doing today?
I'm okay, thank you. How are you?
I'm good, thanks. I'm here today to see how you're doing, get you moving around a little bit, and see if you can sit up and work on a couple of things. Is that okay with you?
Yes, it's okay.
Okay. First thing I'm going to have you do is roll. Have you been rolling in bed on your own?
Just a little bit using the handrail here.
Okay, so you know your stoma precautions? Did the doctor go over them with you?
Yes.
Okay, so we don't want you pulling or pushing with your arms.
Okay.
So what I'm going to have you do is please bend your knees. And I'm going to have you cross your arms. And I'm going to help you. We're just going to gently roll to your side. Good. And I'm assuming sitting up you need some assistance?
Yes, a little bit.
Okay, you've been using the bed?
The head roll.
Okay. So I'm going to have you drop your legs. Good. And on the count of 3, we're going to have you sit up, okay? 1, 2, 3. Good. How do you feel sitting up?
I feel okay.
Do you have any lightheadedness, dizziness?
A little lightheadedness.
Okay, that's totally normal. We'll just let that pass. The next thing we're going to work on is standing up. Again, I don't want you pushing through your arms. We're going to do almost the same thing as laying down. I'm going to have you cross your arms. And we're going to rock on the count of 3. And all I want you to do for now is just stand up. Okay? 1, 2, 3. Good. So have you been with doing your routine for the morning? Have you been doing any dressing on your own, any bathing, or do you need some help with that?
I haven't been dressing on my own, but I've been washing my face by myself.
Okay, and how come you haven't been washing your bottom?
Well, the nurses have been helping me. I haven't felt comfortable doing it yet.
Okay. And how about brushing your teeth or eating? How about brushing your teeth or eating? Are you able to do that?
Yes, I have been.
Okay, good. All right, so that was great today. In the next session or so, we're going to go over some strategies to get up by yourself and to follow all the precautions that you need to follow and get you back doing things you used to do.
Great, thank you.
After the initial evaluation, the therapist has all the information that they need in order to score the forms. The first form you start with is basic mobility. Scoring is very simple. There are 5 items and each item gets 1 response. For the first one is turning over in bed. Andrea was unable to sit up in bed without using the bed rail or without assistance, so therefore she gets a check for unable to do the task independently, and you do each one for each of the 5 items. After you scored each item, you take the number that is next to the checkbox and sum them up in order to get your raw score. For example, for questions 1, 2, and 3, there is a 1 next to each checkbox, so that's 3 points. And then for numbers 4 and 5, there's a 3 next to the box, which is 6 points. So my raw score would be 9. Once you have your raw score, you use this number and the conversion table in order to fill out the rest of the form. So in Andrea's case, she had a raw score of 9. So you go down to 9 on the left under AMPAC raw score, and then you look across, which gives you your standardized score of 32.44, your CMS score of 76.07%, and your CMS modifier of CL. Now that we have our scores, it is time now to interpret our results. The first score to be interpreted is our standardized score. This score will give us our functional stage in which our client will fall. For example, Andrea scored a 32.44 for her standardized score. Therefore, she falls under the no independent tasks. This will give the OT an idea of the tasks that she will and will not be able to do. Another score that we get from the AMPAC forms is the G-code. The G-code is used for therapy reporting for Medicare claims. Medicare uses these claims in order to identify the level of functional impairment of the client. For example, Andrea resulted with a G code of CK, and this means that she is at least 40% but less than 60% impaired, limited, or restricted. So here's an example of all of the information that we get from just this one simple form. It shows Andrea's basic mobility. It gives us her score of 32.44 and shows that she fell within the limited movement functional stage. It shows what the score suggests, as well as the G code for Medicare claims, and all this information is very helpful in planning her discharge and functional outcomes.